morning and welcome to the Out in Westchester podcast. We're coming to you live at Big Billy's Bar and Grill, located at 138 Mount Vernon Avenue in Mount Vernon, New York. They have happy hour from Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and I'll get a little bit more into that. They do live music. There's an open jam here every Wednesday, every other Wednesday. The next one coming up will be on Wednesday, the 28th. They do karaoke Sunday, Tuesdays, and Fridays here from 9 until 2 a.m. And they do this summer Sundays where everything is $5 in this bar. It's pretty incredible. I am joined today with Asim Barnes, professional guitarist and well-known musician, as I refer to him, the hottest musician in Westchester, as well as a comedian, Alex Kollar.
Kollar.
Close
enough. It's fine.
Who is a Westchester resident, but you came here from Slovakia?
Yeah, but I'm an expat of Queens.
You're an expat of Queens?
Yeah, since I was
okay.
8 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
And you're in the finals now at Lucy's Laugh Lounge?
So at the Lucy's Laugh Lounge.
The Empire Comedy Showdown?
It's going to be at Levity Live, August 22nd at 8 p.m. And
congratulations.
Thank you. I'm one of, I think, 4 finalists, but they're voting on a 5th. So 4 finalists made it, but they're doing a vote for the 5th because they want a 5th comic.
Okay.
They're doing a people's vote to get the 5th comic. I don't know if they've decided that yet. So, and this Saturday I'm at Lucy's Laugh Lounge in Pleasantville at 6 p.m. for a great show there.
Great, and you have a whole bunch of activities that you do. One of which is beer making.
Yeah, did I put that on my bio? How did you guys know this?
Do you make beer?
I do.
Baking
I have ADHD. I do There's nothing I don't do.
Okay.
Within my body allows, I do everything. Yeah, beer. I don't know what I tried everything. Scuba diving, you name it. Everything except jumping out of a plane. Beer.
Really? Is that on the list?
Yeah. No. I'm never going out of a plane, no. But beer, scuba, you name it.
All at the same time?
Yes. Beer underwater.
Nice. Beer underwater.
Underwater beer making.
Nice.
And I scuba dive through my beer.
Yeah.
Through large vats of beer. No, but the comedy is I've been doing it like it's taken up my whole life. So other than work, comedy's taken up a lot. You know.
You were an actor though to start out, right?
I was an actor, so
Okay.
I started in I think it was 2008. Started taking acting classes in the city at HB Studio. It's like a very old acting school, and I realized I couldn't do drama. Well, I was a decent actor, but I realized when I wanted to I really had to take the comedy seriously. I did a little skit in class. You do these monologues, you know.
Yeah.
I did a skit with a fellow actor, and it was dramatic. It was like Neil, Paul O'Neill, whoever it was, and then I got a laugh on a line that should not have gotten a laugh, and the guy just looked at me. It's like, you shouldn't be doing drama, you know. I couldn't turn off the comedy. I don't know why. So then I realized, and then a couple of years later went by. I did some TV stuff, commercials, and mostly little bits in here and there. And I started comedy less than 2 years ago, 16 months.
Wow. Well,
April
That's
last
amazing.
year.
That's amazing. You're in the finals for this Empire Showdown.
Yeah, it's moved really quickly.
That's
I
really
can't
great.
believe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I've been a fan of comedy my whole life. So
Right.
Favorite
comic growing up?
Favorite comic. The first 2 comics I ever listened to were Dice Clay. I was 13 years old. My father would have killed me.
Yeah.
And Eddie Murphy. Those 2. When I was really young.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Especially on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gumby, that Gumby skit was one of my favorites. I'm Gumby, damn it.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
And Asim, what is your background? You started playing guitar. What time? What year did you start?
Next year makes 20 years officially that I started playing
So
guitar.
you started 2?
-2. I was still, warming up. You gotta warm up first, I mean, you should know about that. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
I do.
No, but I started in about middle school, so makes about 20 years. Yes, I just turned 30. I may not look like it, but I grew up with my dad.
You don't
actually.
look a day over 12.
I know, right?
Yeah,
that's
well,
really
yeah.
funny.
So thanks, I appreciate it. 21, you can just flip it. That's it. You flip the script.
Well, that's the whole secret. If you hang out with the younger guys, you look a lot younger.
Oh my God. I've been
So
hanging
I'm
out
looking
with
about
very old
18
people.
right now, right? Do you play here at
Yes, I
Big
play at
Billy's
Beer,
Bar every Saturday or
Every other Saturday.
every other Saturday?
Yeah.
So like they do the jam every other Wednesday, you play here every other Saturday.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and I have to come down and see you. I know you always invite me, and I'm sorry that I haven't been able to get here.
It's okay.
But I always see you on the Wednesday night jams,
Yes.
right? Which is always great. That's how how did we meet?
I think we met at the one up in White Plains. If you haven't been, Ron Black's, Mamaroneck Avenue, no cover.
Yeah, the world famous
The
Wednesday
world
night jam.
famous- yeah, Bernie
run
Williams.
Run by Gil Paris and Joe
Gil Paris,
Pidio.
yeah.
Right, that's where we met. But for some reason, I feel like we've been friends for a really long time, like maybe on Facebook.
Yeah, through the
and-
woodwork, because I think
Yeah.
in Elmsford, I played in Portchester, Peekskill, North White Plains, South White Plains, East, West, wherever. Wherever has been a place to play.
Right.
Maybe even in the city, too. So we've been tagging each other.
So the next
Oh,
time you're going to be playing here will be this Saturday coming up.
Yes, that is correct. If you're free, August 17th, right here, Big Billy's, $5, any free drink, glass of vodka,
So
glass of water.
this
Just come.
podcast comes out on the 18th, though, right? So it would be the following.
Yes, the following 2 Saturdays, whatever
Right.
late August date that is.
For those just joining us, you might notice that my co-host is missing. Frank is not here, so I'm sort of filling in for both of us. And he unfortunately got sick, but we're gonna forge through it and soldier on because the show must go on, as they always say. And maybe I'll grab Andrew in here for a little bit to talk about some stuff. But
We're doing this in Frank's honor. Just was informed he's deceased, and we're gonna make this an awesome show. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay. He's fine.
So Big Billy's is kind of interesting because I think this is really like the first place in Mount Vernon that we've done it, and it's what I like to call a dive bar. I mean, it really is. It's dark and mysterious, but really cool. I mean, Maria is fantastic. You can rent out the whole entire bar if you want and book the whole entire space. They do a lunch from 10 to 3 p.m. You get 2 burgers with fries for $5.
Yeah,
Where
I'm
do you
looking at
get
this-
that? You
this
can't even
menu's
get that.
cheap. I
You
know.
can't even
This
get
is-
that at
I love it.
McDonald's. It's amazing.
It's a deal.
Yeah. So you got into comedy 2 years ago,
Yeah, April last year, April 2018.
and you performed throughout the tri-state area.
Yep. So I just been doing open mics for the first couple months when I started comedy, and actually I was very like a lot of comedians that even start open micing. A couple of months later, they get 5 minutes of material, and then they start doing. Somebody gets them on. They network, and somebody gets them on a little tiny show, and they start doing shows. I don't think I started till my first show was about 9 months in, almost, which was like I guess about like not even, maybe almost a year.
Do you draw on just like personal experiences? Do you make fun of your family and where you're from and
Yep.
Slovakia?
No,
and
I don't talk about the
fact
European
that-
thing. No, because
No?
it's you talk what we
You're
hear.
really from Queens and
Yeah, I talk about the kids, and I have 2 kids, an 8 and an 11-year-old, and got a lot of good material there.
I'm
Some of
sure.
the stuff they say.
yeah.
And then mostly it's just about being overweight and just like dealing with like an eating disorder and having trouble losing weight, and like every guy who's got a couple of pounds on, they always having trouble dieting, and so there's like some funny stuff there.
I mean, guys have to worry about that. I
Of
thought it was
course.
women only worried about that.
No, it's a disaster. So you think every fat guy walking around is like, yeah, I don't even think about it.
Really? Well, you're
guys
really tall. I have to say, how tall are you? You're like 6'7" or something.
I'm like 6'7". Yeah.
You are. You're really tall. So
Yeah.
are you. You're really
Yeah.
tall. I'm like,
But
this
that-
is like the Andre the Giant episode or something.
I bet you probably play better because there's a lot of Eastern European basketball players that kill it better than American guys. So you're probably better than me.
I'm surprised you didn't go into basketball. What's up with that?
No, I
No?
couldn't get off the ground.
No?
Look at the size of me. And I did
Hand-eye
football.
coordination doesn't exist.
I was football and I was track.
All right, I could see football.
Football and track.
Yeah. You could
Yeah.
probably mow down anybody.
No, I was actually horrible. I had no speed, no fast twitch muscle. You know?
All right. I did some sports too.
Slow.
I did softball and basketball, and I like basketball, hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
But running is not for me anymore. I can't do it. Why
No.
exercise at all? It's too strenuous on your body.
It's yeah.
Comedy's not any easier though, I have to say. Did you ever have like a really bad night where you just like nobody got you?
Yeah, you know when you go up on stage and you get angry sometimes, like you didn't have a bad day, and it's when I do the worst is when I don't sleep well.
Oh yeah.
And you get exhausted and you're not having a good day. You got to remember people. You got to like actively think. You forget almost how to be funny if you're tired and you've had a bad day.
Yeah. Well,
It's hard to
you
explain.
get distracted, like your mind goes somewhere else.
Yeah, because you can't. Because part of comedy, is you can't go up there angry. You have to go up there laughing at yourself.
Right.
You ever meet those people that they think they're funny but they're kind of obnoxious? And it's usually people who are like
Me?
They don't know how to laugh at themselves. No, but you can laugh at yourself. Most people who can't laugh at themselves, it just comes out. We're bad, mean.
Yeah.
And I come out there and I say mean stuff, but it's that people could see I'm laughing at myself too.
Right.
It's not.
I always
serious.
laugh at myself.
You know?
Laughter is the best medicine.
That's the one big
You got to
difference.
laugh
Yeah,
at
of
life.
course.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're dead to me.
That's actually relief, man. I played in a bunch of metal bands, and one criticism I'd give is like, yeah, man, this is not death metal enough. More blood. It's like, dude, this is so silly. I mean, if some serial killer wants to come up, you'd be like, I got a knife right now. That's serious. But this right here, that's the real, like...
Metal bands, huh?
Yeah.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in between Mount Vernon and the Bronx.
Okay.
So, but I never went to school up here. I went to school in the city. So I was the kid hanging out down in the village and stuff. Kind of checking out a different scene. I didn't even know where the hell this was. Like Billy's Bar. Yeah, that's up in Peekskill or something. Or like it's in Westchester, not that far up. But
Have you played in the city?
yeah, I mostly play in the city. I'm just actually warming up. It's funny. One of my buddies I play with here. Drew Mishu from Plainfield, New Jersey. He's like, "Oh, you like Funkadelic?" I'm like, "Yeah, I grew up playing with them because my dad knew a bunch of people in the industry. He knows people, and he's like,
I
"Yeah,
want to
man."
hear all about that. I want to hear about that.
Yeah,
Your dad plays?
Oh yeah, he's a trumpet player. They call him Flip Barnes.
Oh, really?
Lewis Barnes, yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was in an average weekend. He'd be like, "Come on, son, let's check out this avant-garde thing," and then on Saturday was a metal show. And then, Sundays was either Latin or gospel nowadays.
Wow.
So, yeah, I do.
So he's like the biggest influence of you of all, right?
Yeah.
He really pushed
ever
you.
since I kind of had no choice, ever since I was in the stroller, it was like, nah, no Build-A-Bear. Let me listen to Miles's horn solo right now and see if that was an E or Z flat minor or whatever, scale it was. But
So you went to school, you learned how to play guitar? Or
Yes.
is it just all by ear? Or
at first it was by ear because, Hendrix is my guy. So I'm like, nah, I'm going to do it self-taught. But I was like,
You remind me of Hendrix, the way you play, which we're going to get to actually in a little while.
I hope.
Yeah,
So
you're
it's a
great. I really love the way you play.
But
So-
yeah, but for Bryo's a little bit right here in Westchester. Rest in peace, Salvatore Fabryo. Was a great dude. He owned the school.
Yeah.
In Fleetwood, and then a little bit in Berkeley, but mostly just hanging around cats. Ronnie Drayton, Vernon Reed from Living Color.
Wow.
Yeah, and the guys, Mike Hampton from Funkadelic, I got to jam with him, and he personally came to shake my hand like, yo, man, just stay focused. Forget the other stuff,
Right.
Just stay focused,
Right,
man. So.
right, because you can easily get distracted and get off course.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just by his sunglasses, I was like, he's an awesome guy. He's very distracting in a good way.
So did your dad introduce you to all these people when he was playing around, and you were just sort of hanging around? And
Partially, he was the initiator, but I was pretty much like I've always been like a social scientist. Like he introduced me to. He played a couple salsa records, but I was the dude, like the only dude who would sit in there with a cowboy outfit and a cowboy hat, go to the other side of Yonkers and be like making mental notes of what these guys did at the Mexican bar, and then incorporate that into my music. So
Wow.
I just like taking peanut butter and chocolate and mixing together. Very experimental guy.
I do that when I'm high. I mix chocolate and yogurt and peanut butter, and I think I invented something amazing until I wake up and realize it's not. that amazing. But I'm talking about the actual peanut butter and yogurt. He's talking about metaphor.
No, that sounds
Sorry.
good. I actually I don't smoke marijuana. That was kind of personal information, but I actually would get high just because it sounds so amazing. I actually got to give you a dap, man.
I woke up like I'm a genius. And, and I looked at my note and I'm like, I'm not a genius at all. Yeah. I took notes, thought it'd be like something amazing. All I did was mix peanut butter and yogurt.
Ew!
It was awesome though when it was
Right out of the cans, right? You just scoop one scoop right out of the can.
I mixed them. I'm like, I invented something amazing here. Then I got over the high, and I'm like, no, it's just pretty dumb.
It's all right, trial and error, brother.
Just called late night munchies. That's all.
Should be the name of your comedy. The late night munchies.
Chocolate, peanut butter, and yogurt. That's the name of that'll be my first album one day.
Your first comedy album. Chocolate, peanut butter, yogurt.
Side two will be the chocolate peanut butter, and yogurt will be like the side two of the album. You flip it over, and don't forget yogurt and yogurt.
And so you're in Mount Vernon now, right?
Yes, Fleetwood, Mount Vernon. No, let me stop.
Well, we're right by the train station.
I know, Mount Vernon West, which is that's a cool, Billy's. It's a cool spot because you have a lot of people come straight from the highway here and Mount Vernon West, and it's on the border of Yonkers, so you get a cool mix of people and things happening over here. Mm-hmm.
They have like two pool tables in here. I've been in here; it gets packed.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I made my singing debut right here in this room.
Okay.
I sang with Barry and Slade. And I did some Fleetwood Mac with them. They had me get up and sing with them. So this place is very special for me.
So you sing too?
Yeah, sure, in the shower especially.
Wow.
I do a little bit of everything. I don't know. I don't know if I'm really good at anything, but I'll do it. Why not? If somebody wants me to try it, I'll try it. It didn't come out so bad. Nobody really recorded it. I wish they did. So I could have. I think there's some, actually on the Wednesday night jam, I did some Wonderful Tonight. I don't think it came out that good. Everybody just encourages you to do stuff if you have a talent and you want to like move forward with it. But no, my mother was a singer. My grandmother was a singer, but I don't think that's really for me. This is my destiny right here, podcasting. I could never do comedy.
No?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I would get up there and just be blank. I think it's the hardest thing to do. Like I admire you for having the balls to actually get in front of an audience and try to make them laugh.
You know what's funny? I've always wanted to sing, but I can't really sing. I can. I have a little bit of a tone, but not really.
My dad
was
opera.
a professional musician. My dad.
Really, your dad too?
Yeah, but I can't.
What did he play?
He was a bassist and lead singer of one of the biggest cover bands in Europe, in that little country, in a little It's like the country's the size of New York State. Over there you fall down and you're like in another country. How it is. I heard somebody else say that. That's not even my joke. So, but it's true. But I heard that secretly a lot of comedians want to be musicians, and musicians sometimes want to try comedy. You know who's the biggest fan base of comedians is musicians, like professional level.
Yeah.
I actually heard this. Yeah. And I think it's like looking at how the grass is always greener on the other side. All comedians I've met, they love music and they want to sing. And they're like, I can't do that. I mean, I look at that like I can't sing.
Well, when he plays, maybe you can sing a little bit. We'll see how good you are.
I know. Oh my God.
No, you scream. Let's do metal then. Just, did I mention?
Oh my God.
You'll be good.
So who's in your band now? Because I know you play here, and you have a band.
So
is it a 4-piece?
Is it a 4-piece? It is a 4-piece. I had to think about that. Well, it sounds more like a 4-piece.
Is it like an open jam? Do you have like guest people come up?
Occasionally we'll have people we know that come up to sing. Like guys from the Temptations review we did at City Hall in Mount Vernon. They came up and
wow.
Yeah, so it was cool. We did that. I had one of my guitar students. Actually, he's 20 years old.
Yeah.
Right here in Mount Vernon. He lit it up. He was doing like his own stuff, some like Usher sound and stuff. I said, "Go ahead, boy."
That's right. You teach. You teach too.
Guitar. I got
so
guitar.
So how do people get in touch with you if they want guitar lessons?
Not
that that's really your thing, but it is a way to pay the bills.
Yeah. I mean, just a way to get out here. Music. One hand wash the other, because not only am I making money doing what I love, but then that adds to more gigs. People are like, let me get a card, play at this hotel, play at this baby shower, blah, 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 blah. So, and I love it because it's, they look up to me, and, I try to keep focused, and that's one of the things I want to be my best for myself, and because, kids look up to me, so. But this is a fun time. Here is great. It's great playing with Drew because, he's like kind of an older version of me, or I'm a younger version of him. We're just two wild funk rock guys, and, we do the back-to-back, and all the Funkadelic, the Hendrix, and then I'm the young guy, so I'm like, hey, let's do a Maroon 5, and he's pretty open to it. Which is great because a lot of guys, kind of stick to their own thing, which is cool. But he's like, yeah, man, throw Maroon 5 or Bruno Mars or whatever, and he puts his spin on it, his little funk spin. And players we have are great. Roger comes all the way from Brooklyn, our bass player.
Okay.
Which I commend him for. And then we got Rich right from White Plains. I always bump into him.
Okay.
So
what's the name
Rich
of your
just
band?
walks
Is
a couple
it just
blocks.
your name, Asim Barnes? Is that it? The Asim Barnes band?
No, the Asim Barnes Experience.
Experience. Oh, okay. I guess I know who you got that from.
Yeah. I think it was Lil Wayne. He's a great guitar player, seriously.
Jimi Hendrix. It's the Jimi
Oh,
Hendrix
Jimmy, that's what I was
Experience.
meant. Sorry.
Little Wayne Experience? I never heard of that before. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Hendrix was the guy that definitely got me into it. So I want to pay tribute to him.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear you play. We'll do that probably when we come back from break.
Okay.
Is that good?
Sounds good to me.
And once again, we're here at Big Billy's Bar and Grill, 138 Mount Vernon Avenue in Mount Vernon, New York. If you'd like to book a party, please call Maria. The number is 914-664-9888. They do a happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 to 7. $6 Long Island iced teas, $5 martinis, $5 margaritas, $5 shots, $5 mixed drinks. All house wines, of course. And then they do karaoke every Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. They do a Wednesday night. They have the Uptown Jam with Jim Wacker. It's every other Wednesday. They have Asim Barnes Experience every Saturday, every other Saturday.
Every other Saturday.
Right? And let's see what else they have going on here. Oh, the Wednesday night jam is from 7:30 to 12. They do a lunch from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Like I said, 2 burgers and fries for $5. I just don't understand how they make any money on that. Everything seems to be $5. And then, of course, they have summer Sundays until Labor Day. Everything's $5 here at Big Billy's Bar and Grill.
So drink more so you can eat more. It's kind of like one hand washes the other. They got
This
it all
is true.
figured out, for
This
real.
is true.
Yeah.
And then they do, it's mostly bar food on Monday nights. Sometimes they do barbecue from 12 in the afternoon on. They bring a special guy in here to do barbecue. So, they definitely can bring in caterers for you. I love this bar. It's so chill. It reminds me.
Prices
It's like
are amazing. These prices.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the menu right now. It's crazy.
Right. Burger and fries, $6 regular on the menu. With cheese and onions, $7. Bacon deluxe, only $8. It's crazy.
That's nuts.
I know.
This is like Burger King prices, but it's like regular food made by people.
Really? I know. Exactly.
No, this guy's great. I commend you, man. You're like the 30th Alex I met, but you're a very unique sense of humor, man. And I commend you because like when I do what I do, I'm like I gotta something to kind of hold in front of me. But when you just have a mic stand in yourself, like dude, I better have a diaper that day. I could not do.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I'm saying it's really just you and a crowd. I mean, do you ever just go blank? I would get up there and be like, oh, what's my next joke? I don't know. Then what do? Just pick on the audience?
No. When the first time I did an open mic, it was a little bit strange. It was like I heard a professional, like a big name comedian say this the best. He described it pretty well. It's like an out of body experience the first time you go up.
Right.
You kind of you see yourself on stage.
Yeah.
You're like, what am I doing right now? And then you tell a couple of jokes and they're horrible.
You see the light and you
get a
think, am
little
I
giggle.
dead?
Yeah.
I'm going towards the light.
But I think it's you just want. I don't know what it is. But then each time you go up, you suck a little less.
Right.
And
Were you so nervous the first time or not at all?
Oh yeah.
Do you rehearse this stuff before you go up?
Yeah, I mean, not really. I wrote what to say down, and you look at it on your little notepad while your hand's shaking, and then you say it. But then, and if you get a giggle, but I was a good student of comedy, so even before I went up, I learned, like, I took all these mental notes. So somebody says tape. I see comedians that have been around for months. They don't tape their set. Even the first set, I taped it.
Oh, you did it at home?
Audio taped it
okay.
during the set, and I listened to it, and I said, all right, and then I can make that
That's
a little funnier.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, a lot of comedians do that. But I did it from the beginning, and I think it helped a lot.
Yeah, that's a great recommendation for somebody just starting out or wanting to get into comedy.
Yeah.
Like there's this, on Lucy's Laugh Lounge on Monday nights, they have that open mic.
Oh, yeah, that's where I started. That
Right.
was my first night there. And and I also started in comedy late. So, it's been building up inside of me. I've always wanted to do it. So I had a lot of written material I wanted to try.
Right.
And I don't know what it is. It's just you want to just see if it's funny to other people, not just you.
Right.
And sometimes that happens. You get up there with like a joke that you're like, this is going to kill. This is going to be hilarious to say it, and nobody gets it.
Right.
And then you give it like one more shot sometimes, and then, but sometimes it's something surprise you that you think it's funny.
Right.
It's not funny, and then it is funny. That's a good surprise too.
Right.
But it's fun to talk about. It's like like venting, talking about my kids.
Yeah.
And being married, and stuff that I find fun, stuff that I had to deal with. But it's kind of crazy what you were talking about. Remember a couple of minutes ago we were talking about experiences, like people take things too seriously, and that's a basis of a lot of my comedy, is people who take things way too seriously.
Yeah.
Just wild things. I don't even have comedy written on some of them, but like I went paintballing with my son, and then there's these group of grown men going crazy, like doing push-ups, ready to go paintballing. And I'm like, there's people in Afghanistan getting shot at right now? Like, arms are flying off, like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And these guys are like, oh, screaming, like about to go paintballing. I'm like, relax. They're paintballs flying at 200 feet a second. All right? It's not a mortar.
When you get hit with a paintball, it hurts, though. It's not...
You know what hurts more? A bullet to the head. That hurts more. It hurts a little more, I've heard. But I do agree, it does hurt.
It does.
I got hit with a paintball between the finger, and I'm 6'7". I'm like, oh my God, this stings. It hurts so badly. And I left thinking, war must be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Much worse than this. I had like an appreciation for it. Me and one of the dads looked at each other, and we were like, imagine war.
Right.
And then I look, and there's like a guy, like a grown man, like making his friends do push-ups.
Yeah.
Screaming, like they take it that seriously.
Right.
I just think it's hilarious,
Yeah.
And I just want to go over and annoy them. But I just have a fear that they're gonna all jump me and beat me up, so I didn't do that. But I didn't want to go over there.
I don't think anybody could jump you and beat you up.
No, I don't know. I'm a laugher, not a lover. I'm just looking for something to say.
I agree. Me too.
I'm a laugher, not a fighter. That's what I meant to say.
Exactly. All right, you want to take a break? Should we break now? I don't know if our food is ready, so
That looks
we'll
good.
take
I've
a
been
break
looking at
and we'll
that.
be back in
Looking
5
at that
minutes.
food.
Sorry, I got the hat here. I'll fan it. I'll get this all good. All right, yo.
Let it rip, baby.
Let's do it. All right, Asim Barnes, money earning. So, this little thing called New Life. This is a new life for me. I've been going through a lot of changes, so I'll explain it. Check it out. First time I done it in the key of G, so it won't be too bad. Hopefully, it'll be good bad. It'll be bad good. Stuck to you, love is true, love and life, me and you one more time, stuck to you, love is true, so true, you know it, love and life, me and you, take it to the chorus. Going through new changes. I think you ought to know. Got something for you, baby. Kiss and tell, don't show. Secret new life. Secret new life. You know what? Let me
me take you to a place nice and quiet. There ain't no one there to interrupt. Ain't gotta rush, I just wanna take it nice and slow. Ursher, baby. In this world, married to the game, my girl. Twists and turns, yeah, it's okay. I'll be sure, night and day, you know I'll be sure money earning. Going through new changes, I think you wanna know. Got something for you, baby. Kiss and tell, don't show one more time. Going through new changes, I think you wanna know. Got something for you, baby. Oh, oh, oh. Take it out, say, get down on it. Y'all know this one. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on her.
Welcome back to the Out in Westchester podcast, coming to you at Big Billy's Bar and Grill. We just sampled some of the food, the wings, which were delicious. What did you think?
Awesome.
Wings and fries?
Absolutely delicious.
Delicious.
I loved it.
Every Thursday, they have 20 wings for only $5. Literally, you have if you have a $20 bill, you can eat and drink in here for nothing. It's amazing.
Doesn't this menu look like
Everything
it's like
is
a 20 years
$5.
old, but they forgot to update it?
Yes, it does.
And they forgot to scratch out the price and put the real price on? That's unreal.
I agree. They're like 1979 prices. It doesn't make any
Like
sense.
when you drive
to
by
me.
a gas station, it says like $1.69 for regular, and you're like, you
Yeah.
fucking bastard. Update your thing because you almost made me swerve into your
I
gas
agree.
station.
I agree. Big Billy's. That's it. And I just met the chef, and they're real hamburgers. They're quarter pounders.
Oh my God.
I know. I have to come, and we have to get a real hamburger here. $5.
Again,
Sundays.
I don't even eat beef, but I'd start again just to taste that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Just the summer Sundays, everything's $5. Everything. That makes no sense to me. You literally for $5, nothing. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't even get gas. There's nothing you can buy for $5.
You can't even walk into a place in Manhattan. They'll be like, "Can I get $5 plus tip plus tax so you can cross the street to enter this place?" So like,
And they don't charge any cover. You play here every Saturday. It's
they
free.
charge a cover. It's $5 cover, but you get
Everything. What is with the $5 here? I want to know. Everything's $5 increments. I just love it. Right? $5.
This Johnny Number 5 used to work here. We want to play a tribute to him.
Something like that. Well,
Something
thank
like
you for
that.
playing.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I'm coming Saturday. I'm going to actually record you.
Okay. I might play one or two of those songs.
Yeah.
And do a little medley.
So you do have some originals.
Yeah, those were two originals.
I know.
Actually, I always mix other stuff in.
Are you doing an album? What's next? What do you want to aspire to?
I want to do album. I would like to record an album. I had a trio with a couple buddies. One is from Connecticut, moved back there, and then moved to upstate, so that was kind of hard to do. And then another one of my buddies is way out, usually in Long Island and stuff. So it's, people. But I'm still whatever I do, I'm gonna put my stamp on it. I mean, that's just how I roll. I'm gonna put my even if it's something totally like I do praise and worship gospel stuff, but I'll even throw in some funkadelic riff, if it fits, people will be like, hey, wait a minute, was that Cool in the Gang? I'm like, that was Cool in the Gang, but we'll that'll be our little secret, So
That's awesome.
thank you.
You really should put something together. I mean, get on Spotify, get on iTunes. It's so easy to distribute stuff nowadays, right? Digitally, music wise.
Yeah, it's time. 2019. A lot like
You just had a birthday.
just
Happy
had a
birthday,
thank,
by the way.
Thank you.
So, you gotta just look ahead,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
a new decade for you.
It's a new life,
a new
definitely.
life.
By the way, that's NULYFE if you want to search it. I don't know, I grew up with Usher and Jagged Edge, so I think I gotta want to have some swag with it. Great show.
Asim Barnes. So I think when I first said your name, I think I called you Asim or something. Asim. How many people mess up your name? Am I the first?
No, you're not. I know. I was.
What is the weirdest? What is the weirdest pronunciation of your name that you've ever had?
Steve.
No, not Steve.
Yeah, actually.
From Asim?
Yeah. It's like, because if you, Steven, they're like, how does Asim sound like? Well, so if you say Stevens real quick, it sounds like Asim. It's like Steam, like, see, I get that. I guess if you're say it fast and you're drunk too.
What's your middle name?
Lewis, like my dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Asim Lewis. Is there like a family history? How did this come about? Because it's a very unique name.
Thank you. My dad actually wanted me to be named Miles, like Miles Davis.
Okay.
Trumpet, and my mom was like, we're not going to name him like that. From Jamaica. Very horrible interpretation. I grew up here. But anyway,
Yeah.
she's like, try Asim, protector, defender in Arabic. So
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
Protector, defender.
Yeah.
That is amazing. I knew there was something behind it.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Better than Steve.
Nothing against Steve. It's just it's been used a lot. So
Yeah.
I feel like there's like a redneck right now who met you, and he's probably telling this to his friend right now in Florida. Like, dude, I just met this guy. His name is Assume. He just kept saying Assume. And he never told me his name. He just kept saying I assume. I don't know what he was assuming. He's just confused right now.
You know what assume means, right? It's the ass out of you and me. Hello.
well, if you're in Ireland, it's you make a arse out of you and me. So
arse,
Yeah.
arse out of you and me. That's from The Odd Couple. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
The ass out of you and me.
I met that guy.
Assuming?
I met the Odd Couple. What's the guy's name?
Randall, Tony Randall,
Yeah, I met that guy.
or
right before he died.
Klugman. Which one?
I don't know which one it was.
Jack Klugman and Tony Randall. Those were the two guys.
Tony
Did you meet the
Randall
neat
died,
guy or the sloppy guy?
The neat guy.
Oh yeah, that's Tony Randall.
Yeah, right before he died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was great. He married like somebody 50 years younger than him.
Oh my God, nice.
Probably killed him. They had kids. Like he didn't have kids till he was 70.
Oh my God.
Insane.
His
or what?
sperm was still working.
Yeah.
Lord.
I know.
I guess no
Right?
no tropical fantasy or
He was like, I think he was like 70 and he married a 25-year-old and he started a family. I thought, that is insane.
Oh my God.
Isn't that a little old?
That's-
He died, I think, right? He's not alive anymore.
I'm just thinking about me right now starting a family at 70. This sounds awesome. I like the way this sounds.
no
I
Mountain
like
Dew.
where you're going
Okay,
with this.
be careful. You know what they say.
Well, when you're on TV for that long and you have so much money, it doesn't matter. You could can have 3 or 4
Yeah,
families.
you could probably make kids with the money. Like, just design them.
I actually really love that when major artists decide to adopt, like Madonna adopted a lot of kids, because you have enough money. You got royalties running in. Why not provide homes for people that need them?
No, I agree.
You don't have to have
that
like
makes sense.
they don't have to all be biological. I mean, people adopt dogs all the time. Like I'm thinking about rescuing a dog, but adopting kids, there's so many kids that actually need homes. And if I was like wealthy as hell, I would definitely be doing that. Like I always think that's amazing when they do that.
Yeah.
A lot of even like what's his name? Cat Williams gets a lot of shade, but they never would mention that like he has like few adopted kids. A couple of them were disabled actually. So like
Yeah.
I let him adopt me. I want like a rich old lady to adopt me, so I can do nothing. Finally, stop working.
I'm looking for
every
a
day.
sugar daddy too. So if
just
anybody
sit by
wants to
her
adopt
pool.
me, I'm on the market.
I'll sit by. If there's a rich old lady out there, I'll sit by your pool and just look cute for you.
Why are you eliminating rich old men? Men, you
Or that I don't. I don't.
you don't care. You don't care.
I'll go gay if I can retire.
You've
I
got
don't
2
care.
kids you got to support.
If I can retire.
Do you know what college is going to be like by the time they hit it? Let's see. It's either going to be free or it's going to cost 3 times the amount with inflation in like 10 years when they have to go off to school.
Yeah.
So
My kids, I know.
you better start saving up. You have to do a lot,
I know.
hell
And
of a
they're
lot
not
more.
athletic. Yeah, they're not athletic, my kids. So I'm like, fuck, this sucks.
no.
I'm gonna pay.
Oh,
They're
no.
not athletic and they're not super smart.
They're not
You're
getting
fucked.
any sort of sponsorships or anything.
No.
But
from
you're
college.
good, man. I mean, you're from Slovenia.
Slovakia.
So sorry, my bad.
Slovakia. Isn't that where Melania Trump is from?
She's from Slovenia. What he said the first time.
Wait, there are 2 countries that are.
That's right.
Are
That's
they
right.
next to each other?
Yeah, they're all over the place there. Those
I
countries.
never understood, like, because there's a war, and then
that's the
suddenly there's a whole country that's eliminated anyway. So,
Yeah, that's like the former Yugoslavia where she's from.
oh, okay.
And then, Yeah, but over there, it's a big thing to them. It's like if I said, "Hey, you're from Canada," and you weren't. But it's
You're really from the
I guess
US.
it's not though. It's very close. But no, that's I actually have.
So
I have
that's
family
more
there.
Polish. Where you're from is higher up, right? Is that by
It's
like
all-
Lithuania?
No, I'm from Slovakia, so that's like by Austria and Hungary and where
Isn't that
it's in the middle.
That's where
It's in the middle of it
Yugoslavia
all.
was too. They're all right next to each other.
Yeah.
Is it still exist, that country?
No, it
Okay.
doesn't.
All
It's
right.
Croatia and Serbia and all these other little countries.
All
It's
right.
like if you drop a plate and it breaks
Yeah.
into 20
so
pieces.
if I
that's
was
what happened
looking
in
at a
Yugoslavia.
globe right now, it would not even come up on the map.
No.
Exactly. If you drop
This-
a
yeah.
plate.
And I have relatives there. You know what's funny? I have relatives there, and they're so caught up on our geography. They know everything, but we don't really know about them.
Yeah.
And they're always ragging on it, like we know. They know everything. They know like the capital of states, and we don't even know what's going on over there. What's where? What's what?
Mm-hmm.
And they tell me, and I'm like, why? Because we don't care. We're American. We're better than you. I just tell them that's all. That's
Just
the
one
reason.
big country.
And we're basically
Have they come to visit you?
we're too busy inventing things here.
Yes. Do they come to visit you?
No, they don't. They can't. They don't come here. No, they don't have enough money to do that. They're not poor, but they don't come to visit us.
Is it like farmland? Is it all
I
farms?
tell them I'm too busy, working on my diabetes here. I can't.
Oh, but you got diet. You just messed it up.
No,
man.
no.
Now you have to become a basketball. Are there a bunch of basketball stars over there?
That's in that where Melania is from, right? Slovenia.
Oh, not
Croatia,
Slovakia.
all those guys. They're huge. Those guys. Like I'm not tall for like that part of the country, but like Slovenia and Croatia, they're like huge. I went over there one time. Everybody was like my size. Every guy. It's weird and bigger.
Wow.
And,
I need a plane ticket there.
Well, I felt this coming. I sensed this.
I know. I love it. I love the fact that you guys are so tall. It's hard to find tall men in Westchester or anywhere in the U.S.
Westchester, yeah, because the taxes are too high. Like, fuck it, let's not grow too much.
Taxes are so high, so the people are so short.
I should have been 6'7" or 6'8", but they're like just a couple inches shorter. I'm in North Mount Vernon, so it's a little harsher. They're like, just get them a little bit more down, not too much.
No.
Yeah, just a little.
I get that a lot. People ask me for like my inches. Can you give me a couple inches? It's just awkward though,
That's
So
yeah.
it's,
Did she say that or he say that? Or they?
Did people ask me that all the time?
They
I
ask
get that.
you.
I got that today.
That's
in an
a
elevator
great.
every day.
Come on, Lana.
it's like
Hey,
an-
baby, can I get a couple inches?
Yeah, from an 80-year-old that I saw in an elevator today.
Did she age like fine wine? Hopefully.
Every inch counts.
Maybe she's trying to adopt me. God damn it, I missed that.
Yeah, man.
I missed the sign.
You missed the basketball. That's not.
There was your rich lady you're looking for. What is wrong with you?
I would just stand by her pool and just, skim the pool. Just to stand
Or
there.
skim her, get all the.
With your inches?
Oh my
You got to skim her, get all the varicose veins off. And shit,
I would fall on her during sex and kill her. Like accidentally pretend like and just smother her. And then I don't know what happened, I passed out. I'm overweight, I have hypertension, and I pass out and then she dies and I get her millions.
Yeah, get her money. There you go.
know?
He's a thinker. I like this
And you
guy.
know what? That's the only way she wants to die. I'm telling you. That's like every girl's fantasy.
Smothered by my left breast. Oh my god.
Is that chicken breast or like goulash breast? They serve that still feel, or is that more hungry? Yeah.
Dude, my man tits have officially graduated to real tits, just regular. I didn't even say man tits, just say tits. Stop. Just admit what they are.
Oh my God, that was great. That's so funny. And once again, we're coming to you from Big Billy's Bar and Grill in Mount Vernon.
No, but listen, seriously though, you know how people ask me about the inches? It's. I had a joke, and it works sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't work. And with the joke is like, I wouldn't see like a black guy and be like, "Can you give me a couple of shades? I burn on the beach," Because you're asking me for inches, you're asking me for something I have. The joke doesn't always work because of today's crowd.
Does it work? Let me see if it'll rub
PC.
off. I mean, I'm kind of yellowish, but I'm a little. Ooh, sorry.
Right through me. Ooh.
Oh, sorry. They got big hands, Say that, but I guess with big hands, they move. They like to move around.
We like big hands.
Oh,
You know what they say? Big hands, big heart.
yes, very big heart. Right here, right in the center, right here, between the two tits.
So I see why you're a finalist in the Empire Comedy Showdown.
Empire State Comedy Showdown.
Empire State Comedy Showdown.
Coming August 22nd.
Why is that in Nyack and not at Lucy's Lounge?
Well, I think Levity Live is like isn't it like the premier
Are they-
club
are
outside
they-
of New York City for
Are
up
they
here.
They're producing it along with Lucy's Laugh Lounge.
It seats like 400 people.
Oh, okay.
So we're hoping to
That
get like
makes sense.
200, at least for this.
That
It's a
makes sense.
Thursday.
That makes sense. And that's coming up when again?
That's August 22nd at
Okay.
8 p.m.
August
Thursday,
22nd.
August 22nd. Yeah.
Where's
have to
Lucy's
go.
Lounge at?
Lucy's is in Pleasantville,
Pleasantville.
right north
Lucy's
of here.
Laugh
in Mount
Lounge is in
Vernon.
Pleasantville.
Yeah.
That's where all the comics have been sort of performing and competing. And, you should play there too, because Lucy's Lounge also has bands every Friday. It's Friday, Saturday, and now Sundays they're doing a residency with like Bernie Williams and Papa Chubby. And
Okay.
yeah. It's great.
Played
there.
him down at Bitter End. I saw him when I was like 8 years old, and me with my like one or two
Who
crooked
did you
teeth.
say? Which one?
Papa Chubby at the Bayou.
Yeah.
And I was like 8, and I was like, oh my, who is this?
He's incredible, isn't he?
He is amazing. And
Yeah.
I ran into him maybe a couple years ago back at Bitter End. Tony Gizzo, actually, was from Mount Vernon, one of the bookers. And he just put me right up there. They're like, hey, get up there, kid. I was like, really?
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, I'll get you up. I remember you from the Bayou. And we gave him a big hug. He didn't squash me, luckily. Maybe just with love, because he's got a big
Because he's
guy.
Papa Chubby.
He's Papa Chubby, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like making out the microphone. I was like, make notes of when I see people. And he's like, hey, Joe. I'm like, you saying hey, Joe, or the microphone? He's like eating the microphone. It was cool. It was an interesting
Yeah,
experience.
he does a lot of Jimi Hendrix too.
Yeah,
he,
yeah.
He interprets Jimi Hendrix and throws it into a lot of like some of his own music.
Yeah.
Suddenly he'll just like go into Jimi Hendrix riff, and then he'll go back into his own song, which is
Oh, yeah,
really
he's
awesome.
great. Everything.
Yeah.
With the old school blues, and it's like, he's a great bridge between the old school, like Delta blues, and the psychedelic funk rock stuff. Like even some Parliament kind of ish, Sly Stone. Like he has a nice range.
If you could play with anybody on stage, or like collaborate with somebody, anybody, dead, alive, who
Justin
would it be?
Timberlake.
Who would it be? Justin
No,
Timberlake?
no,
Get out of here.
No.
You like that high range? No, who would it be? Is it going to be Jimi Hendrix? No. You've met a lot of famous people.
Not Jimmy. Not
Jimmy?
You would think Prince. Actually, Prince.
Prince.
Hell yeah.
Everybody says Prince.
Yeah, I'd have to say.
Yeah.
And I didn't know he was such a great guitar player. When I was little, I was like, oh, he's like Elvis. He's going to play a couple chords and let go to shit, start dancing for the ladies or whatever. And I'm like, no, this guy's mofo's bad.
Eric Clapton actually called him the best guitar player. When they asked Eric Clapton, how does it feel to be the best guitar player? He said to the interviewer, he's like, well, why don't you ask Prince?
Wow, that's
Because
deep.
he thought Prince was the best guitar player, not himself. Wow. Isn't that incredible?
That
Eric
is
Clapton?
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever go to, I've seen some of those, Eric Clapton does this Crossroads, and he's got a concert that he does every 4 years, and it's all of the best guitarists.
Oh, Crossroads Guitar Spot? Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Gary Clark Jr.
Yes.
John,
oh my
John
God,
Mayer
he
was
played
there.
it at the Capitol Theater. Amazing.
Gary Clark?
Yeah, I love Gary Clark. Is he not incredible?
That's an understatement.
Yeah.
He's like...
Yeah. Gary Clark, it was Dwayne, it was the Allmans, it was all these people. It was incredible. You ever go to that, the Crossroads?
No, I haven't been to a guitar fest in so long.
Yeah.
There's so many guys, even like Nam, Eric Gales, and he's awesome to watch too. He's just making all them faces and stuff. He's like country. He's like if Eddie Van Halen played more country and jazz. It's hard to describe.
Do you go to a lot of concerts? Do you go see a lot of
Nah,
people?
I'm so busy with my own thing. I'm in the studio. I'm
Yeah.
doing stuff like this. I'm trying to do my own music, not just be a hired gun.
Right.
Because people tell me, they're like, man.
I want to know when the album's coming out. I'm telling you, you gotta. If you don't envision it and have the goal of, all right, I'm gonna put an album together, 11 songs, and then get it on, distributed everywhere, you're not gonna do it. So
No, you're right.
if you don't
gotta be
have that
vision.
as a focus, you have to do it. Like this one over here, he's like, I'm gonna win this damn competition, and he probably will, right?
I don't know about that, but comics are generally pretty negative, so I don't know.
Yeah. You know who I
I'm
loved?
pretty-
I always
pretty
loved
happy to just be
Stephen
there.
Wright. Stephen Wright was my favorite comedian growing up.
I don't know who that is.
I mean, that guy was
Can you
always
believe it?
well, I went down to
Oh, really,
the
flat?
yeah, it was
Oh.
very very. Is that right? I went down to the grocery store
I
just
know
to
who that
get
is
some
now.
groceries, and they were closed. Like stuff
And he
like
makes
that.
it funny somehow.
Yeah,
right?
it was like somehow it was funny, whatever like the scenario was. So yeah, I loved him, and Robin Williams was like one of my other favorites.
Oh, Robin Williams.
Yeah, Robin Williams, and like that whole like you ever see him do that whole golf when he describes how to play golf.
No.
Scotland, you've never seen
He
that
was so
clip?
high energy,
Oh
yeah.
my God! You ever see that? He was so funny. I love that skit that he did.
All I remember, I've seen like hours. You ever see like hours of a comedian years ago, and all you remember is like one joke sometimes,
Yeah.
or two. And it was him when he was in the. You remember when Olestra came out? That oil that made chips fat free, but they tasted like regular Doritos. And then they took it away because it was giving people anal leakage. And Robin Williams did a joke on it. It's like, you got to try these chips. They're awesome, but they give you anal leakage. It's like, yeah, you want to get out of the pool, Bob?
Wow.
Oh my God! That's
Remember,
funny.
he did a bit about alcohol. He's like, people think you speak gibberish. He's like, no. After 5 or 10 beers, you will be speaking fluent drunkenese.
Yes.
He's like, they should make it more realistic. Like, they show manly men doing manly things after 10 beers. Like, I got a realistic one for you. He's like, it's just 5 a.m. and you've just pissed on a dumpster. Miller time.
So I guess it's time for me to do my picks for the week because we haven't done that yet, and I'm missing my co-host Frank. We miss you. Not really.
Well, he's dead. I mentioned earlier. He died. But, in spirit, he'll always be here.
He's sick as a dog. All right, coming up this week. Speaking of Prince, there is a Prince tribute band playing at the winery at St. George up in Mayapack called Let's Go Crazy on Wednesday, August 21st. The show's at 8, but you can actually buy tickets and have dinner there starting at like 6:30. The winery at stgeorge.com, I think, has tickets. It's also on my website, out on westchester.com. Saturday, that's Wednesday. On Saturday, August 24th, there is this Harbor Fest in Stamford. It's at Harbor Point in Stamford, Connecticut, from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., located at 2200 Atlantic Street. Plenty of free parking is available in the Harbor Point garages and parking lots. Something for all ages. Harbor Fest 2019 is a free event that allows the community a fun day on the water with fireworks at night after 9. Stay all day and enjoy good eats, drinks on the harbor, listen to live music, touch a truck, which we always like to do, boat rides, oyster lounge, mini golf, under the sea doggy costume contests, tour of the harbor village, painting with Pinot's pallets, tour the boats of the harbor, and so much more. So that'll be on my website, out in westchester.com, as well, under the events tab. And then on Sunday, August 25th, coming up, Lucy's Lounge is having Bernie Williams again. The first time they had Bernie 2 or 3 weeks ago, it was sold out. Definitely get tickets ahead of time. There's only so much that venue actually can hold. And it's a great space to see music. Bernie, I think, is going to be doing like every third Sunday as a residency there, which is pretty damn cool. So,
Wow.
Yeah, you should definitely check him out. You would love it.
I'm just
So
thinking
those
about
are my
what-
top
I'm
picks.
thinking about what touch a truck means.
I don't know.
What? I can't get that out of my head. Touch it. Is that better be for kids? You
What,
know,
that
like
better for you?
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why? I like to touch it. I want to touch a truck. What the heck?
I don't know if that should be for kids. Now to think about it.
That's weird. Touch a truck.
Touch a truck. Not in that voice. Not in that
It's
tone.
got to be. It's got to be for the kiddies. Of
Touching
course.
is like a guy yelling at you. All right, keep it moving. No
Hey,
more touching the truck.
I thought that was kind of interesting, so I left it in there. That's why I was like,
Touch a
what does
truck.
it mean? Touch a truck? I don't know. Harbor Fest, Saturday, August 24th. So,
Nice.
yeah. So, the last thing we also always like to do is, have you been anywhere? Like, let's discuss places we've eaten or, stuff we've done locally in Westchester. Have you gone out to dinner? Or is there any special place that you regularly go to that you really love that you want to plug?
No, I don't know. I don't go out to eat a lot because I have little kids. So we went out for the first time yesterday in almost 6 months, my wife and I.
Okay.
And
Was it a date?
Yeah, it was like a date with another couple, friends
Okay.
of ours.
That's good. That's healthy.
Yeah, but you know, you're a comedian. The producer here, he's a comedian. He knows when you go out with non-comedians, you want to kill yourself after about a half hour. He's like, oh, "This is really great." I do. Yeah, you know, I was looking on Facebook and I bought this thing. I was buying the shoes, and yeah, I saw the same shoes. And after like a half hour of the same conversation, you want to kill yourself because nobody's funny and they're stuffy and. That I went on this date with my So
where did you go?
Horrible.
Where'd you go?
Barnwood Grill.
Where's that?
That's in Somers. It's in Somers, and it's like just a restaurant, but it was good. I don't know if anybody lives up there. I'm near Mayo Pack.
Some people do live up there. Yes. So the winery at St. George is
Nobody
close to you
important
then.
lives up there. I moved there from Queens.
Where in Queens are you from? Like what?
Bayside, like Flushing.
That's from Somers the best Bayside, man. But
it's like there's coyotes and fox and
deer in your yard every morning.
It's too quiet at night, you know.
It is very quiet.
I feel it.
You listen to the crickets. It's like
it gives me anxiety when I'm from the city.
Well, with your ADD,
it's
of
really
course
weird.
it does. Of course.
I smoke more weed, man.
No,
it's
what,
not-
invent other things like you know. Oh, I mixed water and ice cubes. I'm a genius. No more weed. I stopped
You
with
get
the weed.
bored. You get bored. You're like, maybe I should just mow the lawn again. You know, it's like there's so much grass up there.
That'll keep them away.
Everybody-
That'll keep the deer. They'll be like,
I have
"Fuck
I
this."
have a lawn tractor and I ride it. I'm 6'7", 300 and some odd pounds, and I look like a monkey fucking a football riding a tractor. I do. I just look like the tractor's lost and I'm just like hovering, you know. I look like I'm riding one of those little 3-speed little bikes.
Yeah.
You know,
or like a
I'm too big
tricycle
for it.
like,
It looks
like an
silly.
adult getting on a tricycle, maybe. Like
Waving
your
at
knees
my
are too
neighbors.
high.
Where do you come up with this, man? Like, I want to. Can I steal this? Like,
Sure.
A copyright, like,
Sure.
so I can pay you a little bit, and then like payola, like
Anytime.
make a song out of it. Like, hey,
Hilarious. And you? How about you?
places in Westchester.
Gone out anywhere recently where you've eaten dinner?
Not Somers. That's like my upstate. When people call Mount Vernon upstate, I'm like, Somers. That's too far upstate for me.
Oh, it's very far up there.
But definitely White Plains, Ron Black's. Love it. Love Fogarty's in Bronxville. They got karaoke there now.
Yeah, you know
JC
what?
Fogarty's.
Fogarty's is a great idea. I haven't been there in a long time. It's a really
Come
cute.
do karaoke.
They put the band up in like that little area
that
in the
little
corner.
tiny-
What was that corner for? I don't understand. It's like you're like stuffed in the corner. Like there's a huge bar, and then in the corner it literally is the size of a bathroom, and they try to fit the drummer, and usually the drummer is all that can fit on that little stage, and then everybody else is sort of on the floor. But I've seen a lot of my friends play there, and I'm always like, this is like the weirdest spot for people to be playing.
I think they're trying to, like, young people like me who would like to live in Brooklyn but don't want to, like, sell their organs to be able to afford it. I think they're trying to, like, prepare us for living in a closet, you know. But that looks nice because it's Bronxville, so, you know.
It is Bronxville, actually. It's not a bad idea. I might actually reach out to them to do a podcast there. It's not a bad idea. And again, if you're interested in sponsoring our podcast or doing an advertisement in our podcast, there's all of the information is online at outinwestchester.com. You can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, outinwestchester.com, Twitter, in Westchester, and everything's really right there on the website. We're also on Spotify, iTunes, Anchor, you name it. These podcasts go out to all of those channels. So I don't know how much time we have left. Are we good? 2 minutes.
I love how you're talking about going out to bars and stuff. I was so lost when you were talking about all these bars. I don't go out. I have kids, 8 and 11. And like literally as you were talking, I'm like, I went to BJ's this weekend and tried a piece of popcorn shrimp. That was my night out. When I had to go buy some.
BJ's is like Costco.
And you're like, yeah, we're going to go to
Costco.
the saloon room and that place is chilling. And I'm like, I went to Lowe's. And I looked at a drill that I might buy next time I go to Lowe's. I think this cue stick can kill myself with it right now.
Oh my God. I have to say, I went to like Home Depot the other day, and I'm walking around there, and it's amazing. Like you go through the plumbing. If you go through the plumbing section, it's like everybody's just looking around, looking at stuff like, I don't know. You think that's, what kind of faucet should we get, honey? And
Did you see me crying by the lawn tractors, the new lawn tractors, in the fetal position, Just crying myself.
It's like they got everything there, like tubing and stuff. And
Just rubbing it with a nostalgic look. I wish I had this lawn tractor. It's 27 horsepower. Mine only has 23. And, oh my God.
No, the best aisle is like the power tool aisle. I love the power tool aisle because everybody just goes, like, the men just drool. If you walk down that aisle, everybody's like staring at stuff in the cases like, oh my God, look at that. I need that DeVault. I don't have that series of that like power tool.
I want
that power tool.
That long, strong drill. Come on. Some Freudian fun happening.
You know, it's all about the inches, isn't it?
That's right.
Like that's gonna be my rap album. Actually, I'm from Money Earning,
It's
so
all about the inches.
Fleetwood, freaky, fresh, funky Fleetwood in there.
Oh, once again, guys, we're coming to you from Big Billy's Bar and Grill at 138 Mount Vernon Avenue in Mount Vernon, New York, right close to the Mount Vernon West train station. Place is great. They got 2 pool tables. They got karaoke on Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. They've got every other Wednesday is a open jam, uptown jam, run by my friend Jim Wacker. Always a great time. Bring your acts. Come sing. They welcome everybody. It's always a fun time. Their happy hour is Monday through Friday between 3 and 7. They've got a bunch of stuff that's only $5.
And they got a police station next door, so it's safe.
And Long Island iced teas
I
for
thought
$6.
I mentioned that.
There is a
important
police
in the Bronx,
station next door. Do not
over
park
here.
where the police are supposed to be parking. You'll get towed. They do on Thursdays. They have 20 wings for $5. It's just incredible. $5 summer Sundays up until Labor Day. Everything on Sunday is $5. During the week, for lunch between 10 and 3, you got 2 burgers with fries for only $5. I mean, $5 really goes a long way here. It's better than McDonald's. On Monday night, occasionally do a barbecue. Again, check out, they're only on Facebook, Big Billy's Bar and Grill. They don't have a website. But if you want to rent a party or you have any questions about anything going forward, call Maria. She's here all the time. She's the best bartender I've met here at Big Billy's Bar and Grill. Her number is 914-664-9888. And again, I want to thank Alex Kollar.
Kollar.
Kollar?
Kollar.
Kollar?
That's close enough. Does it really matter? Kollar.
Kollar?
Kollar.
Kollar?
Kollar. I don't know.
Alex Kollar.
I don't even know.
You make your own
Good
soda.
luck. Good luck with your
Thank you so much.
on your competition.
Thank you.
At the Empire State SmackDown Showdown at
Thank you.
Levity Lounge
Thank you for having me. And
in
thank
Nyack.
you for yep.
And I want to thank you very much for coming and performing. Asim Barnes and Asim Lewis Barnes. And I'm going to come check you out here. Come check him out here at Big Billy's Bar and Grill every other Saturday. It's on my website, outwestchester.com. And I thank everybody for listening.
Said, hey people, gather round in the town. Doesn't matter white or black or brown. Yeah, gathering to this funky sound. Get them damn feet on the ground. Cornbread to Cali. Cornbread to Cali. Cornbread to Cali. You know what? Hey, sexy lady, love the way you shake and whine. Got me going out of my mind. Stop wasting all my precious time. Let's take this to the end of the line. Cornbread to Cali. Cornbread to Cali. Cornbread to Cali. You know this. We want the funk. Gotta get that funk. We got the funk. Gotta get that funk. We need the funk. Gotta have that funk. Yeah, we want funk. Nice and funky and nasty for you. Asim Barnes, thank y'all. By here, August 17th. August 30th, yes. Saturday from next. Thank you so much for having me. Mount Vernon, New York.